and I'd be remiss not to thank you for your continued prayers for my son. It's very kind of you, and I really appreciate it. Dr. Bright, you're here on your own time as an individual, is that correct?
Yes.
Where are you currently employed?
I'm currently an employee of the Department of Health and Human Services, and I'm in the middle of transition, I guess you'd say, between BARDA and NIH.
So you've accepted the reassigned position to NIH?
Except that this position is under discussion at this point. I have not yet accepted that role.
So are you currently being paid?
I'm currently being paid.
Where are you being paid from? Out of BARDA or from NIH?
It's not completely clear to me, but I believe it's out of NIH.
So are you getting a paycheck since you've been over there since mid-April, right? Is that correct?
I've received one paycheck, sir.
What, from NIH?
I think it was still part BARDA and part NIH. I've had discussions about my onboarding process at NIH.
Are you at BARDA? You made $285,000. Is that correct?
That's true.
So how much are you currently making at NIH?
I don't think my salary has changed.
It's still the same. So have you've been over there for approximately 4 weeks, a month?
It has been about 3 weeks since I was removed from my office at BARDA.
So have you reported to NIH yet?
I've checked in with the NIH director's office, and we've discussed the onboarding process, the fingerprinting process, and we had a call just last evening to discuss a framework of my responsibilities that they have envisioned for me at NIH.
So you haven't actually reported to work, but you're still getting paid, correct?
I've been on sick leave since I was pushed out of my position at BARDA.
Sick leave for what?
For very high blood pressure, and I've been under treatment for my position.
For hypertension?
For hypertension, sir, yes.
So you're on medical leave?
I've been on medical leave. This week, however, I transitioned from that medical leave to annual leave so I can manage this.
What is annual leave? What do you mean?
It's vacation time.
So you're on vacation time right now?
I'm on vacation.
Did you inform your supervisors about you coming here today, or did you need to do that?
I have informed them about my leave status, and I've had a conversation with them last night.
So you transferred from medical leave to vacation this week, or does it start next week?
I had a conversation with my physician about my hypertension and how we've been managing it over the last 3 weeks, because this has been very stressful to be removed suddenly without explanation for my role and position. It's a life change for me. And my physician has been working very closely with me to manage my hypertension and stress. And the conversation I had with him last night indicated
I guess I'm kind of confused there, because you say you have hypertension, but yet you're able to do these interviews, you're able to make the report, and you're able to prepare for this hearing. Yet you're too sick to go into work, but you're well enough to come here while you're still getting paid from the United States government. Is that correct?
Sir, I've been under medical leave until...
I get that, but if you've been underneath medical leave, too sick to do that, but yet you can prepare for a 2-hour hearing, I just having a hard time tracking that. I have a hard time understanding that. And if you have hypertension, you're too sick to go to NIH, but you didn't ever experience that in BARDA, right? You never had issues in BARDA with hypertension?
I didn't have the level of stress of being removed from my position while I was in BARDA. So this has been very stressful. And my physician...
I get it. People handle pressure. People handle pressure quite different. But as a director of BARDA, I'd feel like you're in quite a bit of stressful position when you're trying to manage a pandemic, but you can't manage that, or you could manage that, but you can't manage your own hypertension when it comes, because you got removed from the office, but yet you can still receive pay from NIH, but you can't show up for work. And then all of a sudden you can prepare for this, but you can't do that. I just have a hard time understanding it. I know you're a bright individual and very smart, but you are an employee of the federal government. And I just want to make sure you're not doing something to deceive the American people at the same time getting paid from the United States government. With that, I'm going to yield to Ranking Member Walden.
I thank the